What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So Kayn, this is the League of Legends champion that I am going to be covering in today's video. Now actually thinking about it, Kayn is probably going to be one of the most requested champions I've had on this channel for at least 6 months, and we are finally here. He actually came second in the actual poll I put out a few weeks back, as he was the winner of that one. And yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the following. I'm going to go through his champion teaser. I think it's champion teaser. Yeah, his champion teaser. Then I'm going to move on to his bio. After that, I'm going to be doing his actual login theme or screen, and I'm going to finish off with his special interactions. Now I know there's a couple of other things that I can actually be getting into for Kayn, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave them for a part 2. So I'm going to time up the whole thing as I always do, and yeah, without further ado, let's get into it.
Which path shall we take?
Ooh.
I will decide the way. We shall see.
Wow. Okay. Is that the end? That is the end. So there's a few things in that. First one, I love how the actual Darkin that corrupts him has its own voice. A little bit like Venom. You know, Venom's got his own voice, and Eddie Brock has obviously control and his own voice as well.
We shall see.
What the hell are you?
I am Venom.
I like that, but also what is going on here? Is it too Darkin? Is he corrupted by maybe more than one? We saw something here, didn't we? We saw this one, the blue, and then we saw the red, maybe killing or corrupting Sion as well. Maybe we shall find out more in the actual bio, but that was a nice champion teaser. And also the actual sickle, which is kind of like the Reaper of Souls, the Reaper of Lives, however you want to call it. Clearly not as epic as Aatrox's sword, and Aatrox thinks so as well, but I like it. I like the look of it, I like his overall look as well, and he seems like a pretty interesting character as well. So anyway, enough rambling, let's move on to the actual bio and find out a little bit more about this character, Kayn. Okay, so Kayn, the Shadow Reaper. So before I actually move on to the actual bio, I love this picture. What a great picture. And you can see once again the blue and the red. So I don't know if they're both Darkin, if they've both corrupted him, or maybe this is the Darkin and this is him, his soul sort of thing. So he fights against the Darkin inside of this body as well. But great shot, and I like how you've got here the red eye on the right side, or obviously his left, with the actual red elements, and almost his eye here, and then on this side, on his right, you've got the blue, whatever this thing is. You can kind of see the blue elements actually affecting this as well. A little bit of the blue in the lock of his hair as well. Cool details. I really do like that, and his look in general looks cool as well. Got the size of that. So now we will move on to the bio. So okay, Noxian by birth, didn't know that. Shida Kayn and others like him were conscripted as child soldiers, a cruel practice employed by only the most devious commanders in Boram Darkwool's empire. No surprise there, since it's Noxus. Following the disastrous battle at the Stadium of Navori, which is obviously where I forgot her name, but she took out Jericho Swain, took his arm. The invasion was deliberately reformulated into a protracted war of attrition. Ionian compassion was a weakness to be exploited. Their warriors would hesitate before striking down a supposed innocent. Thus barely able to lift the blade he had been given, Kayn's first day in battle was also expected to be his last. How cruel. How cruel. Yeah, once again, no surprises there. Striking against the province of Bahral, Noxian forces landed at the mouth of the Ipul River. That's it, Aurelia. I knew it would come to me, yeah, Aurelia. She was obviously the one that was at this battle as well, at Navori. Okay, yeah. So yeah, anyways, Kayn and the others were a reluctant vanguard. facing disorganised bands of locals defending their home from these returning invaders. While his young comrades were cut down or fled the battle, Kayn showed no fear. He dropped his heavy sword and snatched a fallen sickle. Because obviously the people that were fighting against were just basically farmers, weren't they? Turning to face the shocked Ionians just as the Noxian regulars swept in from the flank. The carnage was staggering. Farmers, hence the sickle, hunters, even a handful of Steyr, all were butchered without ceremony. 2 days later, after word had spread throughout the southern provinces, the Order of Shadow came upon the grisly scene. Their leader, Zed, knew this area had no tactical significance. This massacre was intended as a message. Noxus would show no mercy. A flickering glint of steel caught his eye. A child of no more than 10 lay in the mud, levelling his broken sickle at the master assassin, bloody knuckles staining white. The boy's eyes harboured a pain that belied his age. Well, it's because he's 10 years old. The poor child is 10 years old, fighting and killing people. There we go. Yet still burdened with all the fury of a hardened warrior. This tenacity was not something that could be taught. Zed saw in this child, this abandoned Noxian survivor, a weapon that could be turned against those who had sent him here to die. The assassin held out his hand and welcomed Kayn into the Order of Shadow. Wow, okay. So he was Noxian, which I didn't know. Now by the sounds of it, he's been taken on under Zed to be trained as a member of the Order of the Shadow. Acolytes traditionally spent years training with a single weapon of their choosing, but Kayn mastered them all. To him, they were mere tools, and he was the weapon. Armour he viewed as a cumbersome burden, instead cloaking himself in shadows and slaying his enemies with quickness and stealth, which I'm sure appeals to Zed. That's kind of Zed style as well. These swift executions instilled fear in the hearts of those fortunate enough to be spared. And as Kayn's legend grew, so did his arrogance. He truly believed that one day his power would eclipse even that of Zed himself. The hubris led Kayn to embrace his final test, to seek out a darkening weapon recently unearthed in Noxus, and prevent it from ever being used against the wary defenders of Ionia. So I didn't know that. Right, so there's a darkening weapon that the Noxians uncovered. Wow. He accepted without hesitation, never questioning why he had been chosen for this task. Indeed, where any other accolade would have destroyed the living scythe known as Rast, Kayn took it for himself. Okay, let me read that again. Indeed, where any other accolade would have destroyed the living scythe known as... right, okay, so basically he's found this actual weapon, this living scythe called Rast. Kayn took it for himself. That's what you find as well. The darkened weapons basically corrupt their host, don't they? Always seem to corrupt them. There we go. The corruption took hold the moment his fingers closed around the weapon, locking them both in a fateful struggle. Rast had long awaited the perfect host in order to rejoin its darkened brethren and lay waste to the world. But Kayn will not be easily dominated. He returned to Ionia in triumph, convinced that Zed will name him the new leader of the Order of Shadows. Nice. Okay, that was cool. That was a nice little bio. Learned quite a lot of things about Kayn in that one as well. So that kind of ties in with the actual teaser, doesn't it, where it shows us two sides. There's the red side and the blue side. So I guess there I'm thinking the red side is the Darkin and the blue side is him. And he obviously has some form of control over what he does as well. Hence the blue and the red. Nice. Okay, cool. So you can see obviously here as well, Kayn. Obviously we know a little bit more about Aatrox. We've covered 2 parts of Aatrox as well. Know a little bit about Varus. Obviously we saw him in the really good music video As We Fall. He's obviously a Darkin as well. And Zed, which is connected to Kayn in this as well. I think I'm probably going to cover Zed next, since the connection between the two makes more sense as well. So anyways, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to move on to his login screen. No, I think he's actually got 2, so I'm going to go through. I think one of them is about 1.5 minutes long. I'll leave that for a part 2. I'm going to go through his main 3.5 minute long login screen next. So yeah, let's go. Ooh, scary music. Ooh. Who is that then? Okay, so I was saying before, there seems to be like a good side to him and a bad side to him, but this guy here doesn't look too good to me. I don't know who's killing. This is the girl from Legends Never Die. I'm sure this is the girl from Legends Never Die. So I don't know what beef he's got with her, but it looks like it's not going to end too well for her. Cool. Maybe it's just me, but it's really giving me like a little bit of like a Shuriman vibes, a little bit like Azir or Nasus. Kind of, he's got like a Shuriman element to it. I know that's just a reach, and I'm sure that it's just me, but there's something about it. But no, cool so far. Nice. Oh, I like that. I like that. And you see that part there, that past minute, once again, it's giving me kind of like Aatrox vibes. Aatrox, I think, in his second theme, has got like a little bit of a rocky vibe to it. And that, for me, kind of was like a little bit rocky as well. And there's a connection between them, but obviously they're both Darkins. But yeah, kind of like Aatrox elements to it for me. I love that part there. I love it. That's so good. Okay, and that cut off quite quick as well. Okay, so that was good. That was good. So if I had to recap on that, a few things. The first thing I'll say is the first minute and a half were nice introduction. Reminds me a little bit of Shurima. Reminds me a little bit of Shurima. I don't know why, but it does. And then the rest, the next 2 minutes, for me, is almost like an Aatrox login screen, very similar to his not his original but his updated login screen, which kind of makes sense because, like I said before, they are both Darkin. So that was cool. Also, this picture here, I don't know what's going on, and I'm sure I'm going to find out a little bit more maybe when I get into his story about why he's killing or taking the life, I imagine, of this person here. I don't know what the blue represents versus the red. I've got an idea that the red is kind of darking, so I don't know if this is an overdarking or this is him. I don't know. But in terms of the login screen, Shadow Kayn, the Shadow Reaper, is nice. Once again, Reaper kind of ties in nicely with his weapon, which is a sickle, because that's kind of this thing. That's the weapon or the symbol of the Grim Reaper, the bringer of death. So that ties in nicely there as well. But yeah, as a login screen, I actually enjoyed that one, really did. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to conclude with his actual special interactions. So let's get into that one.
You sicken me.
Timo.
Will you prove worthy?
Probably not.
Oh, right. So I was saying before, I like how there's different voices. So Kayn's voice is the same. So so the sickle speaks. Does the sickle speak through him? Or is Rust separate? Whoa, okay. Either way, I like it. I like if it speaks through him like Venom, or if the actual weapon has its own voice. To be fair, if the weapon has its own voice, that's even cooler. I'd love that.
The weak fear the shadows.
Fear controls them.
Wow. Okay.
That was for Zed. Merely the first to die. There will be more.
Oh, that felt good. You never forget your first kill. Nope, that's not right. I've already forgotten it.
My potential has been realized.
The reaping has begun.
That's 4 by my count.
Okay.
Stand back. Kayn doesn't know how deadly this thing gets.
You wanted mercy? Not from me!
Where are the worthy? Death and war. This will be delicious.
Okay, so I think what he's saying there is he is death, hence the sickle, and Aatrox is war. So the combination is perfect.
We find Aatrox, and it's a party of murder.
Yeah.
A murder party.
He ain't lying there, is he?
Together, we are unstoppable, Zed. Your kind go no further. Your kind go no further.
Which is interesting because he originally was a Noxian as well, so
He's with you, I assume?
Aatrox, we have history.
So I love how, yeah, like I said, the interaction between Kayn and Rust. But I paused it here because I'm wondering, with Aatrox, it's basically one person in it. The Darking controls everything. So I wonder, is it maybe because of his will that he remains part person as well? You can see how, if you look at Aatrox, the Darking blade and everything else is taken over the whole body. You can see here it takes over one arm, the arm wielding the actual sword, the sickle, and part of his body. So I guess I'm thinking because of how strong his will was, he was able to partially resist the corruption of the Darking. So part of it controls him and he controls the other half. And I think that's why he is how he is and talks how he talks as well. I guess. But maybe someone can tell me in the comment section, is it actually the sword that's speaking, or is he speaking through the person, if you know what I mean?
This is your master,
So,
Zed.
Leave us to it.
yeah.
Teacher and student, yes.
Inevitable.
Yeah. I like that though. I like it.
This brings me no pleasure, Shen.
It will for me.
The bigger they are,
The louder they scream.
Epic monster.
such a waste of time. This will only dull the blade.
Sure, why not?
Poor Skull.
Well, we're here. Sorry, brother. You were in my way. Your skills have not improved, Aatrox.
Noxian strength is a lie. No mercy. Right, Noxian? Shen, consider this a debt paid to a friend.
Demon Pants had it coming.
Demon Pants.
It should not have come to this, Zed. You taught me too well, Master. Live by the shadow, die by the shadow.
Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead. Zed's final lesson? Don't be him.
This is power.
Oh.
Disgusting. I love it.
Too late.
I'm impressed.
Hush.
Well, okay.
You let me in.
It's a big ass
So
sickle.
foolish.
Okay.
Ripped out. That's one to remember.
Every living thing has a purpose. Theirs was to die.
Okay.
Even the innocent will fall. The blood of the innocent must suffice. For now.
For now.
A little practice. I like it. Vermin are so annoying. I've forgotten how much fun the innocent are to kill.
The application of violence begins with patience.
Our enemies won't slay themselves, you know. Your patience is stifling my desire to kill.
Their screams will echo in this place.
Stain this fetid swamp with their blood. Oh, how I miss the smell of blood in the water.
Today you will be reminded.
Okay.
Wait by the river long enough, and the enemy dead will float by.
Oh, I like that. I like. Okay, so he's got different, obviously, interactions between himself and Rust based on the location in the map. So yeah, move over the river. Okay, that's cool.
Oh yeah, let's turn this river red. Aren't I enough? Well, you know what you want. Not my first choice, but okay. You're making me jealous.
This will very much upset the balance. A match made in shadow.
Good choice. Pairs nicely with wrath and fury. Guaranteed to kill or your money back. Guarantee will not be on the dossier as a final.
Let there be sight.
That's good.
Done. Now can we continue the bloodbath?
For those who cannot see in the dark. Sight. A pitiful crutch for the weak.
These trinkets only annoy me.
Darkness falls. Here we go.
Oh, I do like this.
Wow.
Fear this.
That's what you call a walk.
Yes. Yes.
It's almost like that.
The blood of the fallen will anoint me the new master.
Everyone does look better in red. Rage inside me will not be contained.
The spade does not dictate the architect's vision. Lives will be taken, and the real plan revealed.
Killing is the plan. Let me show you.
The true assassin kills one to save many.
Such noble lives. Save no one. It's so liberating.
I like that. I like how there's conflicting, like, not just ideas, but morals. There's clearly conflicting morals as well. But I like how even though they're so opposite, you know, Ras wants to kill, Kayn has some kind of, like, honour about him. Even though they're so opposite, they're still able to function within the same body, if you know what I mean. Yeah, interesting.
I will survive eternity. They will die today.
Just clock that as well. So that is an eye. I thought it was an eye. That is an eye. I've noticed it blink as well. So yeah, Ras seems to be separate from him as well, but bound obviously by the arm. Let me see if I can see that again. I'm sure it blinked.
The child is gone.
There we go.
The killer remains.
Okay, cool.
Yes,
Cool.
he is in your hands.
There you go.
Cast off the yoke of Zed's order.
It is the order that will break you, Rust.
There is fear in your grip and doubt in your heart.
I have no heart. That you should fear.
The undoing draws near.
Yes, yours.
We shall see.
Retreat.
Do not question me or my motives.
The weak run. Stay and fight.
Did such foolishness lead to your imprisonment? The fight will continue.
But there's still so much to kill.
Whoa. Whoa, no skin. I presume. Whoa. Okay, them last two. Wow. Wow. Okay, so that was good. Really good special interactions. What I enjoyed about them as well is not just interactions with other champions. The key thing that for me seems so interesting about Kayn is the interactions between obviously the two aspects of himself, the Darkin and also himself. I like that because if I look at Aatrox, Aatrox is clearly all controlled by the Darkin blade. I'm not too sure about Varus. I'll have to, after when I actually do the champion review on Varus, I'll find out a little bit more about him. But I like with Kayn how he still has some kind of control over the body and how the actual sickle and the Darkin itself, Rast, interacts with Kayn as well. That's pretty cool. And it looks like there's a couple of other skins. This is skin here. Yeah, whatever that skin is there. And also, wow, this looks like a really cool skin. This skin here as well. Now, I will be going through the actual reviews of the skins in part 2. So yeah, I won't go into too much detail about these two skins just yet. But you know, that special interaction was really good. And I think I'm going to leave it here today, guys, on this one. I'm well aware there's a few other things I can be covering in part 2. Obviously, the skins. There's also the story. There is his spotlight. And also another login screen as well. So I will definitely be covering them soon. Do not worry about that. But I think I'm going to leave it here today, guys, on this one for part 1. Hopefully we actually enjoyed the story, his actual champion teaser, special interactions, and also a really, really good login screen as well. And if you did, feel free to let me know. Feel free to like, comment, and maybe also subscribe for more content like this if you have not done so already. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.